I'm Jennifer Seeger and welcome to another weekend vlog. So it seems like it's been so long since I've done one of these because if you have been following my channel, we've had so much Disney and then we had Vlogmas and January was its own, took a little bit of a break. We'll just say that. There was a lot of things happening in January. So we're back with another weekend vlog. Today is Saturday, January 29th. So almost to February. And we are just having kind of a quiet weekend at home. It was our anniversary on Thursday. So we almost started the vlog. We actually talked about, because I knew I wanted to do a weekend vlog this weekend, just with some things we're doing tonight. But we were gonna start it on Thursday. We went for our anniversary to this restaurant in Hudson, Wisconsin, which we live right on the border of Minnesota and Wisconsin, so it's 15 minutes away from us, this restaurant that we went to. We had gone there. If you watched my vlog this summer, I'll link that, with my birthday, we went to the same restaurant and ate inside, and we found out they were gonna have these igloos outside. And so we went on Thursday. It was our 4th wedding anniversary and ate in an igloo. And it was really nice. We had heard from friends that had done it before that it was really toasty in there. And it wasn't at first, but it did warm up. We kind of scooched closer to the fire, but we just had nice mocktails. Nate got a drink and some appetizers. He had chicken wild rice soup. I had French onion, and then the entrees were amazing. He had, this made me laugh, they called steak and lake instead of surf and turf. So it was steak and walleye, and then I had pork tenderloin. Anyway, it was good, and I filmed a little bit of it, as you could see, but didn't film the whole night just because we wanted to have that as our anniversary night and not be picking up the camera and whatnot. So anyway, today is Saturday. It's about 8:30, 8:24 to be exact, and we're just getting up this morning. We slept in. I have a hard time sometimes waking up without the sun, but I'm still usually up around the 6:30 mark, and our sun is not rising right now until probably about 7:30 still. It's getting earlier every day, but I slept hard. I did not wake up until 7:40. Got up, did my Bible study. I'm starting one with friends in a few weeks, but just doing like virtual Bible study, but I'm doing my own this month since January, the Bible recap, and I've been really enjoying that. So I did that and then got up, got my coffee. I just have a double shot vanilla latte with not much milk in it. We were really scant. I could only get about half of what I normally put in for milk. So Nate ran to the store. We need air in the tires when the weather is fluctuating as it has been, you know, warmer to colder. The tire pressure is all wackadoo, and we have a gas station. We have the stuff here, but it's so cold in our garage and cramped, and you have to move things around. So anyway, he just ran to the Quick Trip station. He was gonna pick up milk, get air in the tires, and we needed gas. I'm thoroughly convinced he will come home with donuts, because every time Nate goes to Quick Trip, he comes home with donuts, and I don't blame him. We are starting the Whole 30 actually tomorrow for the month of February. So a last hurrah, call it what you will, just have a donut for breakfast. So that'll be good. We kind of plan on having just a day around the house today, but then tonight we are meeting some of our friends at church. Our church does several services because it's Eagle Brook. It's a mega church. I think it's like the 10th largest in the US, so it's like huge. We have different campuses and things here. We can watch online, but you know, as Omicron is ceasing, we've in this COVID world started going back to services, and that's really nice. So we're meeting some friends at the 4 o'clock service tonight on Saturday, and then we'll have to come home and tend to Ruby and maybe get a bite to eat or figure all that out. And then at 7:30 tonight is our anniversary gift to ourselves. We are going to the ice castles in, it's in New Brighton, Minnesota, so it's just about 30 minutes from us. It's really, really close. They have done this on and off for several years, these I don't even really know. I mean, I've seen some pictures, but I don't really know what to expect. I just know that I'm excited. So they, you know, carve out these ice castles. I know that they have lights up at night. I know that there are slides to go down, and it just should be a really fun experience. And we've been wanting to do it forever. The thing about booking in Minnesota is you never know what the weather is going to be like, because we've had many, many sub-zero days. So we're like, do we go? And we didn't go on our actual anniversary because that was a school night, as they say. And we didn't want to be super tired, of course, for work on Friday. We were doing the igloo. That was enough. So we scheduled it on Saturday. We totally lucked out with the weather because, like I said, you never know what it's going to be like in Minnesota. And it's going to be like 25 degrees tonight, I think was the predicted temperature. And if you're not from here, that sounds freezing, but I will take 25 over like 10 below any day. We have had super cold days the last few days. So I'm super excited it's gonna be warm, super excited to do that, and super excited to have you along with us for this weekend vlog. So thank you so much. I forgot to ask that you click like and subscribe below. I'm gonna finish my coffee here and then maybe pull myself together for the day. I know I wanna work out and then get going on some projects. So yeah, come along. So Nate just got home with milk. He just went downstairs to get the pitcher. Is this just strange to anybody else that it's like a milk in a bag and then you have to set it up in the little pitchers that they give? That's a Quick Trip thing. But of course he came home with Long Johns. What are they, maple? Oh, he knows me so well. Maple Long Johns. So I'm gonna make myself another coffee with this and enjoy a donut for breakfast. Super healthy. Okay, just in case you were wondering if I wasn't clear in explaining it and you haven't seen this before. So this is how it works with the stuff from Quick Trip. So it's this little pitcher that they give you. Anyway, that's maybe a better angle, the pitcher, and then you just need to snip the little corner off. I can do this with one hand as I'm trying to film it. Maybe, maybe not. Or maybe I don't have a very sharp scissor. Oh, that's maybe a little bit big of a hole. But there it is, and now it'll just pour. Super random, but that's that. Hello. So it has been a while since I have checked in today. It is just about 3 o'clock this afternoon. We had kind of a relaxing morning. There might have even been a nap in there just a little bit, but got laundry going. I got the sheets all washed and put back on our bed, which felt really good to have that task done. Doing all the laundry, we had several loads, so I think I've only got 1 or 2 left, but I've done like 3 or 4. So been a busy laundry day. Did my workout, got myself kind of pulled together. Biggest thing I've done today is I had a really great conversation. I was on the phone with a friend. We don't get to talk very often, just life and busyness. So we talked for a couple hours and I'm kind of quote unquote behind in the task I wanted to get done. So I've got about an hour before church, not long, but oh, I don't know why this is so blurry. It's probably been blurry this whole time, but anyway, I have, I'll show you a task that I wanna get done this weekend, and I think I'm gonna try to start it and see how much I can get done before we have to go to church. So this is our nightmare cabinet in our kitchen. All right, so sorry, the sun is kind of coming right in that window, but this cabinet has just been a nightmare. And I mentioned we are starting Whole30 tomorrow, and we keep pot holders down here, not well. I'd like to find a new solution for that, but all of this is spices. And when you're on the Whole30, I feel like we're using spices way more than usual. And it is kind of funny because none of them are labeled on top. They're just labeled like this one. Oh, I can't get it to focus. It's basil. Probably can't read it. There it is. So you can't really read anything from the top, so you got to pull them out. So it's like a hunt. The other day I was looking for something and it was the last thing that I pulled out. So I'm going to get these all transferred to similar containers. I actually measured out
this space because it kind of goes back in there a little bit. So I measured out and then found the exact number of containers that should fit right in here and get them all labeled on the top so they all match. So this is what I've done while I was on the phone. I have these individual containers soaking in some hot soapy water. Just gonna get those scrubbed out and dried. That's probably the only part I'm going to be able to get done before church, but they all came with these plastic lids, which I also have soaking here. And some water. Gonna add some soap and get that all cleaned. I had read the reviews on Amazon, that's where I got these and I'll link them below, that not to wash out the covers because they do rust. So I kept those separate in this container. So I've got all this to get cleaned out. And then they also came, move over to my counter here, they also came with these labels. So this is, and I think it cuts off because it only goes to L. Let's open it up here and find out. Okay, so I opened it up. They have a Somali spice label list. I'm sure I didn't say that right. I apologize. But I'll probably use this spice label list. So from what I can tell, it should mostly have everything. I do see right away though that it has garlic, and we use garlic and garlic salt. Oh, it has garlic salt too. Okay. So hopefully it'll have all the spices that we use here. They're all listed here on the back as well. So I'm gonna kind of take inventory of what I have, maybe while those jars are soaking, and then get the jars washed out and dried. And hopefully I'll be able to get that all done before church and then get the spices actually transferred over. I wanna make sure the jars are really dried and then get the labels put on the top. So hopefully that's a project I can get done this weekend. Let's get going here. All right, we got them all cleaned and drying. I'm a little nervous about them drying out. I'm just gonna leave them on the towel for now, but later when I come back, I feel like I might need to get some air up underneath them. Like we don't have an official drying rack, and I'm worried not enough air will get in to clean them out. But got those done, and then I'll maybe lay these out on a towel. Just kind of wash these in some soapy water together and then rinse them off. And then I've still got all the lids. We got all the spices set out. Incidentally, I tried to do them alphabetically. Look at C. Do you ever realize how many spices you have that start with the letter C? Like, it's insane. But Nate helped me out just kind of reading things off on our label list here. There was actually a label for almost everything that I had, which I was super excited about because I just wasn't sure if like smoked paprika, which we use a lot of, might have a label. And it totally did. So I'm all excited to get them organized and together. This is a set that I had bought a while ago when I had like 8 spices. And then this is a set we actually got for our wedding, and the little holder for it broke. And then some of them are just in what they came in, you know, from the store. So I'm excited to get them all uniform. Here are the things that didn't really have a category, but I think they're very specialized. Like we use a lot of these Weber seasonings, and we use this a lot. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Rosemary garlic. And because of those are like hybrid spices or like chicken bouillon, I guess I didn't look for that one specifically, but I don't think we had chicken seasoning, but not chicken bouillon. They do actually have Chicago steak seasoning, so I can put that one in a container, but some of these other little packages and things I'll just leave separate. And then the only 2 kind of quote unquote spices we don't have room for are, or don't have a label for, are Lowry's and Everything Bagel. And again, these are kind of specialty and not really seasoning, so I'm okay just leaving them in the container. So once my things are all dried out, I will get them transferred over. I'm super excited to start getting the labels. But for now, it is like 3:30. We are like 10-15 minutes away from needing to go to church. So I'm going to just make myself an iced coffee and we're gonna hit the road. I will check in with you later. Hello, it is about 5:30. I just thought I would check in really quickly. We are home for like a hot second. Just do a quick check-in. We gotta feed Ruby and get her walked and pottied, and then we have to leave here. We're thinking around 6:20, maybe 6:30. I'd said to Nate, let's leave a couple of minutes early so when we get a half an hour over there, I can find a restroom to use before we get there, because I was reading online there's just porta potties, which isn't so fun in the cold. So I had thought it was gonna be about 25 degrees tonight. It's actually looking like it's about 23, but we're gonna bundle up, snow pants, coats, hats, the whole 9 yards. So it shouldn't be too bad at all. And I'm excited. We are not quite sure what to expect. The pictures look spectacular, and it talks about different caves and glaciers. I mean, obviously not real glaciers, but they use that term. And everything is backlit, and I think there's a slide or two involved. This is something that's been going on for a number of years in the Twin Cities area, and it's moved around quite a bit. I think last year it was in Stillwater, which ironically is like closer to us than where we're going, but we just don't know what to expect. Excited. We're gonna eat really quick and then head over there, and I'll definitely be filming, but I didn't know how much check-in time I would get to talk to you, but I'll definitely be putting in some footage of our event, so hooray. Hello, we are home from the ice castles. I have super case of hat hair slash static. It's like just really dry. Winter, what are you gonna do? Anyway, that was super fun. I'm trying to turn around so I have better lighting here. It's weird evening lighting in the kitchen, but that was super fun. We really enjoyed it. I think both of us didn't know what to expect, and we had done, I forget what it's called, illuminations, I think it was, at the Minnesota Zoo. And that was like even more expensive than this, and we were just like, okay, it was all right. So I wasn't expecting much, but it was really cool. Nate said they're doing it in like 5 different states, so I don't think it's just in Minnesota, this thing that they do. And ice castles, there was a couple slides, and just like the different tunnels, and they put lights under everything, and just the whole experience. It was just, I think everybody there, adults and kids that I saw, were just like in a good mood. It was almost euphoric, kind of like you felt like a kid, and it was just so neat that, I don't know, I just felt like there was this spirit about it as well. Just everybody super excited to be there. So I'm so glad we did it. It was just a perfect anniversary treat for us. We decided to do an experience this year rather than gifts. So between eating in the igloo on our actual anniversary on Thursday and then tonight, it was just such a fun way to celebrate 4 years together. So we stopped quick, actually, see the grocery sack behind me here, because we start Whole30 tomorrow. We are doing a Costco run and grocery pickup at some point throughout the day, but wanted to have just 1 or 2 things on hand for breakfast, since we're gonna hit the ground running, and really kind of excited about that, because between the donuts this morning and Jersey Mike's for dinner, I feel like my body is just craving nutrients and better food than we've been eating Christmas and post-Christmas. So super excited to start that, get going on my spice project again. So tomorrow should be a fun day. We're just gonna round out tonight. We are going to pop some popcorn, get under a blanket, and maybe watch a show or a movie or something before we turn in. So I'll sign off for tonight, and I will check in with you in the morning. Good morning and welcome to Sunday. It is just about, oh gosh, it's after 8 o'clock, and we are just getting up for the day. It's been crazy, and just like crazy good sleeping in this weekend. It felt so good. I wonder if just being all that fresh air outside last night, just, we slept so good. It feels good to get a little rest in this weekend. But we are up to make breakfast. It is day 1 of the Whole30. So last night I picked up at the store this breakfast sausage. This is just a local grocery store to the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, and they make this fresh in their meat department, but it is Whole30 compliant, so we're working on that. I got my bottles turned upside down in the sink last night, the funnel wash, so we're ready for that. Nate's working over here on peeling a sweet potato and an onion, so we're gonna get going and make a little breakfast hash for breakfast this morning. All right, so breakfast is ready. Nate did most of the work. I was down switching laundry. We're just having, the potatoes got a little done, but they're still good. Smoked paprika added to sweet potato and onion, and then this is the compliant sausage. I also, if you've watched my channel, you know I'm in love with sumo oranges. So found those this season. They are smaller this year, but still good. And then I have my coffee here, just almond milk and black coffee. So unsweetened vanilla almond milk. So that's breakfast. We're gonna dig in. So after breakfast, which was delicious, by the way, it was time to get back to my project. And I don't know if I mentioned yesterday that I have had these jars. I think I purchased them, I want to say mid to late October, and they've just been hanging out. So I was really excited to finally be carving out time to do this. And it was working really well with the funnel, but then I felt like I'd mixed the spices like cayenne pepper, even trace amounts of that, and cinnamon is just not a good plan. So
I did okay on my own. There were some spills. The bay leaves were particularly difficult to get out, but it all worked out, and I was just really excited to have a label for each and every one of the jars. I don't know about you guys, but I love, love, love having an organized kitchen, and I've tried different types of spice jars, but I've never bought them in the volume. I think I had a total of 48 jars that came in, and I counted I had around 38, 39 spices. So I had made plans, I guess, to make sure I had enough of the jars to cover everything, so it's all uniform and matching, and just so excited to get this project.
Okay, I got them all done. I'm having a little trouble with sinuses. And overall, it was pretty easy. I was really glad that they had a label for everything I needed. The only exception was the oregano for ground oregano. I'm using Greek. They did give you blank labels and a little marker, but I wanted them all to stay consistent. The other thing I wish I'd have done differently is paid attention to the direction of the sticker. Like once I put them on, I wasn't taking into account that the jars are kind of square, so they'll line up a certain way. So that's something I would have done differently, but I'm gonna get them all put away and then get moving on to other things today. Okay, they're in the drawer, and I just thought I'd take a moment to point out they fit. But I measured so that 4 would fit across. But what I didn't get in the specs of the product is that the lid actually makes them, see if that focuses in correctly, the lid actually hangs out a little bit more. So they're actually a little too big for the space. So I have this one row on the end. But I think it'll be okay. We'll see how it goes. Might have to rethink things in the future because these are some of the ones we use a bit, and they are really tucked back in there. But overall, I love the look. I love that it's gonna be so easy to find everything. And then these are the spices. I don't know what I'm gonna do with. I had a little bit of extras of these. Those cinnamon sticks are old. And then I have a full jar of whole cloves because at Christmas I had sworn that I bought this and I couldn't find it for something I was gonna make, and I had Nate, he was running to the store, pick me up a whole new jar. So I have whole cloves coming out of my ears. I'm gonna find somebody that maybe needs that to donate because I will never use it. But we're done with spices. It is about 10 to 11 and I haven't done anything to get ready this morning. I have some kind of menu meal planning that I want to do for the Whole30, so I'm gonna go work on those things. We're gonna do just a quick lunch. We usually mix up a little tuna and guacamole with some celery and just kind of eat it like a dip. That's Whole30 compliant and a really easy menu because we don't quite have our Whole30 groceries yet. So we're gonna do those things and I will check in with you in a little while. All right, so here is everything. I guess we also got a case of water, which Nate already took downstairs, but super excited to try this naked leaf lettuce, and we plan on using it mostly for wraps. One of the things we miss is sandwiches for lunch on the Whole30, so I'm gonna give that a try. I'm actually gonna skip over to this lunch meat. You guys, I am so excited because I did not know that there was really a compliant lunch meat for the Whole30, but this totally is. We got it at Costco. I did a little bit of internet research before we headed over, so that will be great for lunches. Gonna make some wraps. And also, I'm kind of skipping around here, but also got this Primal kitchen mayo. We get this at Target and it's usually like $6 for a little jar. This huge thing was like $8.50. So that was a heck of a deal. I was actually planning on making my own mayo, and then we saw this and I was like, oh, forget that. I can just buy it on my own. I am planning on making some of our own Lara bars, so I got some medjool dates for that. We got some of this grass-fed beef. We've had these before and they are excellent. The prices of a lot of this stuff, you guys, has gone up so much. I think we used to get these for like $12.99 and they were $16.99 today. So we're really feeling some of those prices that are going up. A new thing that we had is this. We got this. They were giving away samples of these beef sticks, and at first I said no to the sample because I'm like, there's no way that that's compliant because most of these things contain sugar. But we went around the corner and read, and you guys, it is totally compliant. So super excited to have those for, again, probably a lunch type thing, but that's exciting. We just got, not much to show off here, big potatoes. I had a gross liquefied potato incident I'm not going to go into, but needed new potatoes. We got just some apples, again, for lunches and snacking. These are for snacking, but mostly we need these for the Lara bars. So for the cashews, you really have to be careful and you have to spend a little bit more because a lot of them that you'll find are cooked in peanut oil or other oils that are not compliant, and these are just organic raw cashews. This is one of our favorite things to have when we're on the Whole30 pulled pork. I'm gonna make some barbecue sauce to go with it, and we eat it with some sweet potatoes, so that's awesome. We got some grapes. I noticed that they're coming in a smaller container than I'm used to from Costco. Like, I used to see double this size, and they had some other grapes that were super teeny tiny, but these look to be, kind of getting a big glare there. Oh, there we go. These look to be a pretty decent size, so that was a good thing. Got some almonds we had some almonds, but they're salted, and I needed just the raw almonds that were compliant to make the Lara bars. We wanted to get cherries to make the dried, I say Lara bars, but they're dried nut, date, and then fruit bars. But the cherries had sugar, and this was the only dried fruit. We found these and plums that were compliant. And yes, I did open it on the way home. I've had these before. They're super good just as a little snack. Now, this next item is a little controversial. These crepini, they're egg wraps, and they're paleo keto friendly. We looked at the ingredients. They are technically compliant with Whole30, but I will say this is Nate and I stepping out of the guidelines of the program a little bit. We decided to get them, but in the Whole30, you're not supposed to try to turn food into other food, like cauliflower crusts and things like that. So they're compliant technically ingredient-wise, but they are stepping outside the spirit of the program. So that's my disclaimer there. And then we just got chicken breasts. These thin sliced ones are great. The Kirkland brand, they're great to marinate, throw on the grill, cook up a bunch, and put in different salads. So this is the Costco haul. Let me take you over here and show you what we got going on for Walmart. All right, I actually had to put away Costco stuff and move this over to the island because my light was so bad in the rest of my kitchen, but it was not a small haul from Walmart today either. So let me show you what we have. Firstly, I have some cilantro. I have an Asian noodle recipe I'm gonna make. And did you know this is the best way to store cilantro if you're not gonna use it right away to keep it from wilting? Just put it in a little glass of water, just like you would a vase of flowers, and then keep it loosely covered with the plastic, and it will stay really fresh. So tip from me to you. We just got some sweet peppers. I got a bunch of kale. I'm gonna make some soup this week. I love kale in soup. Got some potatoes. Parsnips, this one's kind of making me mad. I love parsnips. They are hard to come by. And they're in this big bag, but there's like legit, there's one huge one and maybe like 3 small ones. And used to be able to get a huge bag for less than I paid for this. Well, whatever. Things are going up in price. Get over it, Jennifer. I know the drill. I got some tuna. We actually had some of this for lunch, so needed to restock that. I was out of coconut aminos. This is a new brand that I have not tried before, but should be all the same. Got some apple juice for a recipe I'd like to make this week, some barbecue sauce, and this is actually compliant to drink in limited amounts also on the Whole30, FYI. Got some blueberries. I also got strawberries from Walmart, you guys. I totally thought I took them out of my cart and didn't end up getting them. So we just have a lot of strawberries to eat this week, and that's fine. Spaghetti squash, I'm gonna make some of those. It's an Asian garlic noodle recipe that looks pretty good. Some just broccoli and zucchini. We like that for sheet pan dinners, avocado, onion, and then 3 Roma tomatoes. Back here, again, this is mostly to make some of the stuff I'm gonna make, like the sauces and things for Whole30. I got some compliant tomato paste. I just got these fire roasted diced tomatoes. Those are good to drop in soups. It gives it such good flavor. It's such a soup time of year. This I got, we're gonna make some burger bowls, and you never know when you put things in the cart at Walmart, you know, like what date you're gonna get, but I was really pleasantly surprised. We are going to be making the dish that uses this on, I think, February 3rd, so it'll be well within the expiration. I got some unsweetened coconut flakes. Honestly, I don't remember why. I think I have a recipe saved that I'm gonna make that called for this, but I couldn't tell you what in this moment. We got a giant case of eggs. We started doing this when these cases were $3 each. $3 something. Then they jumped to $5. You guys, I paid $8, but for 60 eggs. Eggs are just going up in price so much. And I know on the whole 30, you're supposed to do the cage-free, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I couldn't do it this time around. You know, it was $12 versus for 15 or 18, whatever it was, versus 8 for 60. So that's how we're rolling this time around. Got some ghee. You can make this on your own too, but we prefer having it. We make eggs a lot. We don't like the olive oil flavor in the eggs, so we do that. And then we also got this almond butter, which is compliant. We've never tried this one before. We had last gotten the RX brand and it got pretty hard, so we weren't trying to focus in on the ingredients, which it's not working, but it's just almonds, palm fruit oil. That's it. And palm fruit oil is compliant. I didn't know that up until researching this brand. And then lastly, some spices, and I'm kicking myself because I should have done my spice cupboard before I put in my order, because I'm like, I don't have ground mustard. Yep, I sure did. I thought I was out of chili powder and I found a bottle hiding behind something. We had duplicates. Kicking myself for that. Celery salt we did need, but I didn't make a space for it. Kicking myself for that. And then this garlic salt and onion powder, I do have spaces for them, and we are low in refills. So I did good on those 3, but these 2, I'm kicking myself. What are you gonna do? Anyway, so that is our Walmart haul. So now my rest of my afternoon is just gonna be spent doing a little bit of prepping some of the produce, things like that, putting it away. I still have to get my workout in, and I want to try making something new for dinner. I'm going to try using my Instant Pot. I haven't used it in like a year, so I'm going to work on that later, maybe do a little research, but maybe there'll be time once I get all this done and a workout in to get some rest into, and I'll check in. Okay, it is about 5:30. I've got my Instant Pot out, ready to go. I was looking for the book that came with it and I couldn't find it, but I read some instructions online, and I have about a 6-pound chicken here, plus 1 cup of the chicken stock. I mixed it with some of the same herbs that I made a little rub for the chicken. It's just 2 tablespoons of paprika, garlic salt, and Cajun seasoning, and then 2 tablespoons each of those, and then 1 tablespoon of rosemary and 1 of thyme. So I'm gonna put this in. I need to go, I think, 36 minutes and then a natural release in the Instapot, and we'll see if we can get a chicken ready for dinner. All right, this just finished coming down. Well, actually, I don't know. I think I was reading the temperature thing wrong and not paying attention to the release valve, so it is about 7:01. It might be about 7:01. It's exactly 7:01. And this I put in, I think it was about 5:30. So I did 36 minutes of cooking time and then waited for the pressure relief, and it like exploded. It looks so deliciously yummy. And then walking over in the messy kitchen, we also did this pan of roasted carrots and parsnips, and then some roasted potatoes. So that is going to be dinner. So yeah, it's getting kind of late to be eating, but we're super excited. It looks really good. I actually went down and was able to get my workout in between the prepping the chicken and that cooking. And Nate and I are just gonna sit down and eat and watch a show and just have a very relaxing evening. So I think I will sign off here. I wanna say thank you so much for watching this weekend vlog. If you did like it, please click that like button below and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.